Every year, more than 1 million Americans attempt to lose weight through dieting. Yet statistics show that nearly half of them fail. According to Dr. Ben Bickman, this high failure rate stems from one major issue. Most people chase rapid results instead of building a sustainable, mindful approach to eating. Overwhelmed by countless healthy don'ts, how options, many of which don't actually suit their individual needs, they eventually give up. Dr. Bickman recommends focusing on one powerful category of foods that can make a real difference: fermented foods. They're easy to include in everyday meals, promote fat loss, and support overall metabolic health. One of their key advantages lies in their low glycemic index, which helps prevent sharp spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels, the very spikes that lead to insulin resistance and hinder fat burning. Fermentation reduces the glycemic load of the original food source. Simply put, when a natural food is fermented, its impact on blood sugar becomes significantly gentler. For example, fermented milk products like kefir have been shown to improve blood glucose control and lipid profiles in people with type 2 diabetes. A 2015 study by Ostad Rahimi and colleagues demonstrated that fermented milk produced greater improvements in HbA1c and fasting glucose compared to regular milk. The science behind fermentation. Insulin resistance is one of the main reasons the body accumulates fat. When we frequently eat foods high in sugar or starch, our bodies respond by producing more insulin. Over time, this constant stimulation makes our cells less sensitive to insulin, making it harder to burn stored fat efficiently. Fermentation offers a natural solution to this metabolic challenge. It's a biological process in which beneficial microorganisms, primarily bacteria, break down carbohydrates, especially sugars and starches, into simpler organic compounds. As these microbes consume carbohydrates, they produce organic acids, enzymes, and short-chain fatty acids, ASCFAs, that transform the food's nutritional and metabolic profile. Unlike fats or proteins, carbohydrates are the primary energy source for these microbes. During fermentation, bacteria convert these carbs into energy and byproducts that are actually beneficial for human metabolism. One of the most valuable byproducts, short-chain fatty acids, has potent ketogenic properties. The body rapidly converts SCFAs into usable energy, rather than storing them as fat. In effect, fermented foods can help your body stay in a more fat-burning, metabolically flexible state. Short-chain fats differ from long-chain fats in one crucial way: they are much harder for the body to store. Long-chain fats can be easily stored in the liver and fat tissues, especially under high insulin conditions. But short-chain fats are quickly burned for fuel, promoting energy production and supporting overall metabolic health. In summary, fermented foods aren't just about gut health. They're a metabolic ally. By lowering glycemic load, reducing insulin resistance, and producing energy-efficient short-chain fatty acids, they help shift the body from fat storage to fat burning. Incorporating foods like kefir, yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, and other fermented staples can be a simple yet powerful step toward sustainable weight management and better long-term health. When it comes to short-chain fats, something remarkable happens. Your body can't store them. Cells have no mechanism to tuck them away for later use. Their only option is to burn them immediately. This makes short-chain fats profoundly ketogenic. The more of them circulating in your bloodstream, often a result of consuming fermented foods, the more efficiently your body can trigger ketogenesis, making it easier to stay in a fat-burning state. The true metabolic edge. According to Dr. Ben Bickman, the real metabolic advantages of fermented foods are best achieved when they replace non-fermented alternatives. Swap regular bread for fermented bread. Choose kefir over plain milk. These substitutions magnify the benefits: stabilizing blood sugar, lowering insulin spikes, and supporting efficient fat metabolism. However, a common question arises. Can fermented foods undo the damage of unhealthy eating? The answer, Dr. Bickman says, is no. Having a glass of kefir with a cheeseburger won't erase the negative impact of refined carbs and processed fats. Still, there will be modest improvements: a lower blood sugar spike, smoother digestion, and reduced stress on the gut. The point isn't that fermented foods make junk food harmless, but that they can serve as a bridge, a gentle transition from chaotic eating habits toward a more structured, health-conscious diet. For those who struggle with drastic lifestyle changes, this gradual approach works. Start by adding a fermented food to your existing meals, even if those meals aren't perfect. Over time, replace the less healthy elements until fermented foods become a core part of your routine. Once this foundation is established, you can build on it, whether through intermittent fasting to accelerate fat loss or a balanced nutrition plan to sustain long-term results. Beyond fat loss, fermented foods offer far more than just weight management. By restoring balance to the gut microbiome, they enhance digestion, boost nutrient absorption, and strengthen the immune system. Their influence extends even further, to your brain and mood. The gut and brain are closely connected, communicating through the vagus nerve and biochemical signals. When the gut thrives, the brain follows. Many people report improved mood, sharper focus, and reduced anxiety after regularly including fermented foods in their diet. In short, fermented foods are not just a fat loss tool. They're a cornerstone of overall health. Making fermented foods work for you to fully unlock their potential, consistency matters. Adding a spoonful of kefir now and then isn't enough. Fermented foods need to be a regular part of your meals, especially those that include carbohydrates. Their main function is to lower a meal's glycemic load, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce insulin spikes, creating the ideal metabolic conditions for fat burning. But quality is crucial. Choose traditionally fermented, unprocessed foods such as unsweetened whole milk kefir, fermented Greek yogurt, raw sauerkraut, or kimchi. Naturally fermented pickles, without vinegar, traditional Japanese options like miso, tempeh, and natto. These contain live probiotics and short-chain fatty acids that actively support metabolism. Avoid heavily processed, store-bought versions that contain added sugars, vinegar, or have been pasteurized. They've lost their live cultures, and with them, their fat-burning benefits. Finally, diversity is key. Rotate among different fermented foods to enrich your gut with a wide variety of beneficial bacterial strains. This isn't a quick fix or fad diet. It's a sustainable metabolic habit, one that, over time, helps your body burn fat more efficiently, improve digestion, and maintain lasting health from the inside out.